So we're going to start back at Hosea chapter 8 and verse, how you doing? Verse number, what was it? 10, 11.
Hosea chapter 8 verse 11. Because Ephraim have made many altars to sin, altars shall be unto him to sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they recount it as a strange thing. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of my offering, and eat it, but the Lord accepted them not. Now when he remembered their iniquity, and visit their sins, they shall return into Egypt. But Israel hath begotten his maker, and builded temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities. But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the places thereof.
So these were the Israelites that were considered Gentiles. They were among the Gentiles. To further this point, give me Matthew 4 verse 15. Because we got to read the Bible in context and just not making up stuff. These were the Israelites that went into captivity. That's what happened. Let's read.
Matthew chapter 4 verse 15. The land of Zebulun. The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali are the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in reason and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
So now, Zebulun, so the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, which are two tribes by the way of the sea, they were in the region of the Gentiles. Christ had to go that way to what? Teach and preach to them, to get them to wake up to the word, because they were breaking the commandments. So now let's go back to Romans 9 and verse 26.
Romans chapter 9 verse 26. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there they shall be called the children of the living God.
Now why would they now have to be called the children of the living God? Because they went into idolatry. They went into serving other idols. They went into making groves and temples and things of that nature. And Christ cut them off. He didn't want to deal with them no more. So now, we got some more on that. Romans 9. That's it. We can, let me see. There's some more on there. Start at 29. I'm going to go in there.
Romans chapter 9 verse 29. And as Isaiah said before, accept the Lord of Sabbath and live as a seed. We have been of Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah.
So if he had not what did he say? If he had not left us a seed, what's the seed? Christ. Because he came through who? The seed of David. If he had not left us a seed, we would be as Sodom and Gomorrah. You read it?
What shall we say then? That the Gentiles, which follow not after righteousness, have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith.
Now, give me Romans 1:17. What is that talking about? Some dummy. Or talking about the Gentile. Let's see.
Romans chapter 1 verse 17. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith. As it is written, the just shall live by faith.
Who are the just? The Israelites. The Bible explains itself. You got some on it? The Bible explains itself. So let's go back. If you ain't got nothing else, I thought you was pulling something. So Romans 9 and verse 13. So these things are clear. It's a lot I can say and go to, but I'm just skipping for time's sake. I just want to get the point out. So let's read.
Romans chapter 9 verse 30. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles, which follow not after righteousness, have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith. But Israel, which is followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained to the law of righteousness.
So those us who was given the law, guess what? We didn't even care to keep it. We said, to heck with this. I got my own doctrine. I got my own Christianity. I'm going to come up with my own thing. Verses, and instead of doing what the Bible reads. So it said, the Gentiles which follow not after righteousness have obtained righteousness, even the righteousness of faith. Let's go.
Romans chapter 10 verse 3. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
So the righteousness of him is keeping. Give me that Deuteronomy 6:29. So what's the righteousness? What's the righteousness? Let's see. What's top of my head? Let's see. 6:25.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
That's the righteousness. So make it make sense that, oh, now this is some other form of it, or this is the Christian form of righteousness. Now it means something else. No, it don't mean that. So, oh yeah, what you got? Yeah.
Deuteronomy 29 verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that you may prosper in all that ye do.
That you may prosper in all you do. So I want to touch that Romans 9 just that little bit. I just want to deal with that a little bit. And when the Most High elevate us and we able to do more and we sit down, we're going to go through this one depth. But in response to that, they say, well, God loves everybody. You ain't got to do nothing or nothing like that. You can live free. I won't catch me the truck at the door. You can live free. You can live how you want. But that's not Bible. That's not Bible. So, give me okay. Hey sister, can you hear us way over here? Hey sister, can you hear us way over here?
3 minutes. 3 minutes, huh?
She said, no, I ain't got time. I don't want to hear that. So, let's open up some further things. Let's go to, where to go? Let's read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things that come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, when the Lord thy God hath driven thee. Thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart, and with all thy soul.
So he's telling us to come back, and in these places, that's what we're going to do. Let's read.
And then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
So he's going to gather us again. We just opened up with that Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11. We just opened up with that. Where he's going to gather us from all nations. Pathros, Egypt, Elam. He's going to gather us from these places. Why? Because we were scattered there for disobedience. It's not hard to understand. But the Christian church coming with their own doctrine and tell you, brother, we don't know. Brother, we can't tell you. But the Bible is clear. Get that, verse chapter 3, 31. 31. Second Ezra 4:49. That's my fault.
First Ezra chapter 4 verse 49. Moreover, he wrote for all the Jews that went out of his realm up into Moreover, he wrote for all the Jews that went up to the realm up into Ivory concerning their freedom, that no officer, no ruler, no lieutenant, no treasurer should forcibly enter into their doors. And all that country which they hold should be free without tribute, and the Edomites should give over the villages of the Jews which then they held.
So I want to point out of that the Edomites held our villages. That's the point I want to make. Yes, this is talking about them being able to get a time. Brother, you got 5 minutes to pull over around with us? No, let these cars go by. Okay. Be safe, brother. So these are, the Edomites held our villages. And we sit up and look and see, oh, well, we don't know. We don't understand. How did they do that? They did it because of our disobedience. We mad that they took over. We mad they conquered us. They only conquered us because we did not obey. It's simple. And we coming up with everything else outside of why we were destroyed. Destroyed as a nation. Destroyed as a people. Give me that, unless you look at Wisdom of Solomon 18:4. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 verse 4. Because this is another one of our problems. And I'm taking my time walking. I know we ain't here, there, and everywhere. Because what? This is for the people. This is for y'all, because a lot of times, like I said, we always teaching it. This and that. But we here to stop a minute and take a minute for you all. And again, let's read this.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 4. But they were worthy to be deprived of light, and in prison and darkness, who had kept our sons shut up, by whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world.
Given unto the world. Given unto the world. What's up, brother? Given unto the world. Yes, sir. So what does that mean? It was given unto all the Israelites for them to what? Follow his commandments, but they didn't. Give me 7. My bad. Verse 7.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 7. So if thy people was accepted, both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemy.
That's what we got to accept. We got to accept that everybody not going with us. Everybody ain't going to make it. You got to accept that auntie, uncle, and cousin them ain't doing right. You just got to accept that thing. Because guess what? It hurts. It hurts to know your family don't want to do right. It hurts to see your brother or sister look at you crazy like you talking ghost talk when you start telling them that they are God's chosen people. And in fact, I've noticed, it's like it makes people mad to know that they're God's chosen people.
It's crazy that another nation walk up, but our people
come on, man. How Esau came up? Then what he didn't do? He was, and on top of that, respectful. But then we got a brother at the park a few minutes ago, heads out. Y'all a bunch of niggas, Come on, man, we got to grow up and accept the destruction of the enemies and the judgment of the righteous. That's what we got to accept. We got to get over that thing. I'm glad my people. That's what we got to do. So, let's read, y'all, I be having fun. So y'all can still be sentimental all you want. No, I have fun. Ain't no need in being sour. We already got here. Got time for that. Give me. This got something going to. Let's do it. 24. Let's read this.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. The other day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's how it's going to be. Because right now, everybody drinking, partying, having fun. Ain't nobody got time to stop. Nobody got time to hear the word. I'm busy, I got to go. So what they going to do when another pandemic comes and they can't go nowhere? What you going to do when they shut down the store, stop importing food, and trucks stop bringing in stuff? What you going to do then? Oh, Lord, what's going on? We need to pray, y'all. We need to pray. We should have been praying. Let's read.
Matthew 24, verse 44. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is the servant who his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
He want to find you doing what do you want to find him doing? Let's see, is it in there? Let's see, is it in there? Let's see. Just read 48.
Matthew 24, verse 48. But if that evil servant shall say as in heart, my Lord, the Lord is coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat, and to drink with the drunk, the Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrite. There shall be weeping and the gnashing of the teeth.
So you got some people who gonna hear this word and they're gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna keep it, but then turn right around, do the very opposite, and say, you know what? I'm going back to the world. I'm going back to suck off every ride I can find to pay my rent instead of getting a job. I'm gonna go out here and screw every woman I know and I see instead of finding a wife. That is how our people think, and then turn around and say, don't judge me. And turn around and say, only God can judge me. But that's the judgment. He just read it. That is what it's so many people that's focused on those things outside of saying, you know what, I need to focus on what God is saying. Because it's more than just going to church. It's more than just sitting there and you tired of hearing that same old sermon. Let's read.
Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 40. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them, to do them good. That I will put my fear in their heart, that they shall not depart from me.
So what's the fear in our heart? Give me that, 1 Corinthians 2:30. What's the fear in our heart? The fear in our heart is trusting God, keeping His commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments. But again, the Bible says, if you love me, keep my commandments. The Christian church don't teach that. They teach you to free in Jesus. You saved by the blood. You can live how you want to live. But what's the reality? We know that that's a lie. We understand that that's a lie. It's not true. It's not biblical. Let's read.
But Ruth chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity shall they remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name.
So we are praising Him in the land of our captivity. We over here in America. We over here in the land of the free and the home of the brave, bringing up the wobbling black ass and steal everything you got. And then you wake up the next day, well, what's going on? What's going on? He's trying to show you these things are happening to give me what's it, Micah? Give me Micah 2 and verse 1. They do these things knowingly, and then we just sit willingly and take the disrespect. Let's read that, Micah 2 verse 1.
Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is power of their hand. And they cover fields, take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his hair.
That's what they do. They take our homes, our lands, and then turn around and tell us we ain't nothing. Turn around and tell us that, the black man needs to wake up to who he really is. Well, how we gonna wake up if you don't know the history? You done changed everything, watched it, made it what you wanted it to be, and now we run around don't even know who we are, what's going on. Give me Psalms. Okay, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of thy daughter, of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
They do just lying. Oh, there's peace. Give me Psalms 140 and 2. There's no peace. None at all. Psalms 140 and verse 2.
Psalms chapter 140, verse 2. Which imagine mischief in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah.
They know. They sharpen their word, they lie. We steal, we rob, we kill, we ain't no good. We no good baby daddies. Like you said, an elevator can raise a family or a child, but a black man can't. They say these things about us, and then we just sit like, we massaged by the gifts. We massaged and lulled by the sleep. And then turn around and tell you, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't us. Who else was it? Yeah, we broke the commandments, but then they turn around and took it further. Give me that, it just popped in my head. I was trying to go somewhere. You got something? Psalms 2, chapter 2, verse, I'm not sure. I think it's maybe 1 or 2. Psalms 2. Yeah.
Psalms chapter 2, verse 3. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion.
So that's the thing. They have come together in one accord and say, let us destroy the Israelites. Give me that Psalms 83 verse 3. Let us come together and destroy the Israelites. Let us come together and make them not a nation no more. Let us come together and destroy them because they already don't know who they are. So let us take it even further. Let's read.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and have considered against our hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Let the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, that they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Jeroboam, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
So it says they come together on one accord to destroy us as a nation. That's why the black man, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, that's why we don't know identity. That's why we think we're all of these other nations outside of what God has called us to be. We think we African, we Muslim, we Buddhist, we everything else, but saying, yes, I'm an Israelite. Yes, I'm God's chosen people. No, we don't do that. We'll say, I'm everything else but that. So the question is, what are we really doing? What are we really doing? That's what we gotta ask. Well, how come I gave into Christianity? How come I can go and know the same slave master that had me in chains and whips gonna teach me the truth? Make this make sense. Let's read.
Psalms 119, verse 176. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments.
Why don't I forget them? Because let me show you why to that. How about the verse 67 when you get a minute? Why would David come back around and say, I ain't gonna forget him. I won't forget. Let's find out why. Let's see verse 60. What is it? Yeah, let's read 67 first. Let's find out why he said that later.
Psalms 119, verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray.
So before he went into any affliction, he went astray. So before any of us catch any hell or anything coming in this truth, what we already doing? Walking contrary. What's it?
But now have I kept thy word. Thou art good, and doest good. Teach me thy statutes.
So now these words are doing good for me, so teach me your ways, Say more.
Psalm 119, verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Thy hand hath made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding, that I may learn thy commandments. They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hope in thy word.
How do we got hope in the word? Because many of us wake up every day, Lord, I'm praying that my life get better. I'm trying to find a better way out. I'm trying to get out of this thing. But guess what? Many of us are caught in our ego. We're stuck in our ego. We're caught in our ego. Oh, well, we're caught in our ego. Check. We're caught in our egos. What's the ego? Can't anybody tell me nothing? I'm going to go with the Christian church. I roll with the doctrine the pastor been saying for years and lying. But that's what they roll with. Let's read.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12. But it is neither heard nor mollifying cluster that restore them to health. But thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
Now, natural herb.
But thy word, which healeth all things.
And I'm gonna keep it going. No, not only you good on the peanut, but just natural herbs. No, thy word. No, orishas and serving the devil. No, by thy word. That's the way this is gonna change. That's the way these things gonna happen. Exactly. It's crazy, Cap. But this goes to show.
Low battery.
Yeah. Oh, great. You letting us know it's over. So these things are happening to wake us up. So. You got some more priests? You got anything else you want to bring out? Anything else you want to touch? Read that again. Read what you had. Read that again. Unless you had.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 4. For neither did the mischievous adventure of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors. The painter's fruitless labor.
So nothing deceived us.